So we wanted to wait till after Christmas before we done this video. This is probably going to be one of the hardest videos that we've probably ever done so far. And hopefully we won't have to ever do it again. But it's hard trying to find closure when one of your subscribers pass away. And that's what's happened. A very dear friend who was one of my first subscribers, she lost her battle with cancer and has passed away. So, how do you find closure when she's from Australia. So how do you find closure for somebody that's so far away that you can't say goodbye to? You couldn't say goodbye to. So Miss Adele was from Australia. And she was one of my first subscribers. And a lot of you other channels, she was one of your first subscribers too. You may not have seen her comment very much, but she was always there because Adele and I talked and messaged every single day for 2 years now? And there wasn't a day that there wasn't a hello or how are you or something. And she would brag on so many channels how much she loved the families and what they do. And she'd just talk and talk and talk. But, so like I said, y'all might not have known she was there, but she was there. She was one of your subscribers to a lot of channels. Adele fought cancer. For what I found out, for 20 years, she fought cancer. And it was a bad cancer. She's a pretty strong gal to be fighting it that long. But her body finally just gave up. But I'm going to tell you something about Adele. She was always happy. Every day she was in pain and never really knew when her last day would be. But she was always happy and was happy for other people. She'd get on there and she'd say, "Oh, Miss Lori," she'd tell me how beautiful I was. And she'd call Mr. Brown, she called him her hillbilly friend. And she'd talk about other channels like Needy Homesteader. She just thought she was something else the way she homeschooled them children. And she'd talk about the littles. She talked about Miss Vicky and how knowledgeable she was on just anything, cooking or just life, period. Miss Katie from Heritage Ways, she loved this family so much, and she loved them kids so much. And she would send them money from Australia. I don't know what kind of money that is, but just so they'd have something neat from Australia. But there's a lot of channels out there that she was really fond of and talked really well of. So, I don't know.
She would call us on the phone.
I gotta tell y'all this story.
Talk to us. We'd be sitting there eating supper and be talking to Dale on the phone.
She got sick. Now this was last year sometime. Been a while back. And I knew she wasn't feeling good because of treatments and stuff. And I hadn't heard from her in about 3 days. And I got so scared. I mean, I really got scared. I just wasn't feeling good about the whole deal. So, I called her, and I talked to her long enough to know she was okay. And, of course, Adele, knowing her, she was just apologizing that she just didn't feel well, and, she couldn't even message on the phone because she felt so bad. So then I felt bad. But anyways, my daughter got the phone bill because we're on the same billing, and she said, "Mama," she said, "did you call Australia?" And I thought, uh-oh. I did, but I tell you, it was worth every penny of it. But Adele was a kind woman. She loved her family very much. She had 2 grown boys who she adored, and her husband, David. I knew she was fighting this battle. Danny knew she was fighting this battle. He talked to her on Messenger quite a bit. So, she was friends to a lot of people. A lot of people just loved her. But so what I want to talk about is how you find closure when one of your subscribers passes away. You see, we tend to get very close to our subscribers because they're not just our subscribers. They're friends, they're family. We get very personal with them. And they get very personal with us. So it's just not like, you know, just everyday conversation sometimes. Sometimes it's heartfelt most of the time. So much kindness, so many kind words, just uplifting, so much support. So what I'm trying to say is our subscribers are very dear to us. So it's not something we take lightly. So it's just like when Adele passed on, I thought, how am I going to get closure from this? So what you have to do is you have to turn to God. You have to get that peace. You have to get that strength. Because He's going to help you. He's going to help you get through this. I mean, that's... And, of course, your spouse, you know, you got to be strong for each other. But also what's going to get us through this is y'all. Because y'all are our friends, our family, and y'all are our biggest support, really, through this whole thing. And we just want you to know how much we care for y'all, how much we love you, and how much we just humble ourselves to how kind you are to us. So we can help each other get closure on these things and just support each other. Adele's going to be very missed, but I'm a better person for knowing her, for her kindness. So, all of y'all that maybe knew Adele or knew of her from her comments on your channels or just by and by, but she's going to be dearly missed. So anyways, we just wanted to do this video.
She was always happy when she called. And I had to really listen to understand her. I loved her accent. I absolutely loved it, the Australian accent.
She loved chickens, and of course y'all know how much we love our chickens. And
she had a pet chicken.
She had a pet chicken in town, and it was in our backyard, and she kept it. Well, she had it in the house a lot of times. Anyways, it's her chook. They call chickens chooks. Mm-hmm. And I always thought that was that was just so neat. And she just
her pet chicken,
and the little chicken, the little hen passed away. I don't know, it was several months ago, and it just devastated her. But she didn't want another one. That was her hen, and she took care of her till she passed on. I think it kept Adele. I think it helped her ease some of her pain and stuff, having this hen, this chicken that she could just take care of and just pet and stuff. So that was a neat thing. But
she would ask us a lot of times certain words that we would say would have different meanings. The same word over there is a different meaning, and it was always comical to get that worked out.
Yeah. But no matter how many miles across the ocean people are, we can still connect and we still love each other. That's for sure.
You remember you asked her to do a video of going through the...
I was really...
to the grocery store.
Yeah. I wanted to see their grocery store there in Australia. And I'm not one to grocery shop. I don't do grocery hauls, and y'all know that. And that's one thing that Adele loved to watch people on YouTube do, is she loved to watch the grocery hauls. And she'd say, "Oh, Miss Lori, do a grocery haul." And I'm like, I never grocery shop. You know, I'm just one of them people. You know, we do our own stuff here, and I probably do a grocery shop once a month, and it's not very much. But anyways, I said, Adele, I want you to do a grocery haul for me.
This is before she really got down.
This is before she got too bad sick, and she did. And it was so funny because she come back and she said, what was it she said?
She said she went through the whole thing. Everybody, she was going through, talking, showing prices, going to the store, and everybody was looking at her funny, and when she got done, she forgot to turn on the camera.
She went through all that for me, and people looking at her and thinking, "What are you doing?" Because she thought she was videoing.
Because she was talking to you.
Because she was talking to the phone, and she got out and she figured out that she didn't even have the camera on. She just thought that was the funniest thing, and I did too. I laughed so hard. But she was a character.
And we still have several people from Australia that are our subscribers.
We have people from all over the world, and it's just so amazing to us. And you know, Adele, she would have to go in ever so often and get her chemo treatment. And even if I was at work, she'd message. She said, "Well, I'm here." So even if I was busy, sometimes I'd just leave, and I'd go in there and message her, and I'd sit there and talk to her. But I would sit there and talk to her while she was going through chemo.
Turn it off.
But I would sit there and talk to her while she was going through chemo. And then I'd go back to work. I've seen times that she'd message me and I'd take my phone and go to the bathroom. And I'd sit there and talk to her. I'm sorry. We try not to do this all the time, but it's hard. But anyways, this is supposed to be a video about strength and where we can get it. And that's through God. I talked to Him and I prayed to Him for the strength and the peace. And I have. And it has come over me. And I tell you where I get it is when I'm outside. Because Adele loved being outside. She loved it when I done garden videos. So, that's where I get my peace. Is when I'm out there. In the garden. Because Adele's with me. So, we just want to know how much we love y'all. And there is closure. And it'll get better. I mean, it's hard to talk about it, but it will get better. But you aren't just subscribers to us. You are friends and your family. And you gotta quit crying. And we love y'all very much.
Crying.
So, I'm doing this kind of in a memorial for Adele.
Amen to that.
Because she was on YouTube 24/7 watching all of us. Because that's what got her through the day. Through a lot of pain and a lot of sadness. And she was by herself a lot. You know, everybody had to work, so.
During the fires, her husband and, was it both their boys? At least one of the boys was firefighters.
Yeah, when Australia was having those horrible fires.
When having the horrible fires, they were all fighting a lot. And
so, you know, we never know what people are going through. You don't know the person you pass in Walmart and you don't smile at. You don't know what they're going through. And let's just all remember that. Somebody's always fighting a battle somewhere, somehow. So, with that being said, I want you, of course, we're going to see y'all in a couple of days. That's for sure. I just want everybody to have, this has been a wild, weird 2020, that's for sure. And we want everybody to go into 2021 blessed and happy and things looking up for everybody. So, y'all be happy. Love one another. We have to support each other and love one another. That's what it's all about. God tells us to even love thy enemy. So, let's just help each other get through things. And we want to thank y'all for helping us get through this. Most of all, we want to thank God. So, we'll see y'all in a couple of days. And no telling what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something, won't we?
I guarantee we'll be doing something.
So,
doing something.
God bless everybody. We love y'all. And we'll see you later.
Hi Laurie, I'm sitting in the car about to go up to Coles, our local shops, so I'll take you with me and sneak you around the supermarket. See you in a bit.